Welcome to the fourth devlog of my game, Quiet. As you just heard, we have a main menu theme in the works. It is mostly done. I just got audio implemented, so the only few things left with that are me to add volume control and looping and pausing, as well as just stopping the music whenever you switch levels or something. So a big change, obviously, is the art. You can see that the fence, for example, is all beaten up, as well as the gas station. There's also a light out in front of the gas station now. That is the plan for most lights, is where we're going to have a layer on top so that it covers the player and other objects, as well as a layer below, just to give it more of a separated feeling, like an actual light source. I recently just got back from vacation, so I have put a lot into work in the game since then, but I haven't got to make a devlog because I wanted to actually have something to show for once instead of just adding little things to make it a little bit more exciting. First thing I want to talk about is how I changed the rain. So I made the rain splash animation a little bit different. I made it fall at different speeds, as well as I made the system for defining dead zones for the rain splashing, like right here along this wall. The rain's never going to splash there, and that's obviously because it's not going to splash against the side of a wall. It's going to either hit it and run down, or just not hit it whatsoever. Inside of my main file, I have a boolean called draw rain dead zones, and whenever I enable that, it will show me a bounding box of all the rain dead zones that I create. And as you can see, it's a little bit messy looking, but I have all the dead zones that I want in this level applied. It has this entire side, the side, all this. It leaves a little bit of the roof open, this entire roof open, as well as covering all of the inside portions where rain wouldn't be. On top of this, I forgot to mention we have this just test for main menu just set up so whenever we can see this whenever we start, and then I press enter, we get in the game. And when we get in the game, you can see that I drew some hitboxes. This is for the collisions that I recently finished. So now whenever you walk into objects, whenever your feet collide with it, you won't go through them, as you can see here. And on top of that, I added custom functions to each level so that I can do stuff like this, where I don't really want to make this entire huge object have the same collision as the foreground objects, because this is technically a background object. So what I did was just make a function make so you can't go up a certain height on this level. And the way that this is done in Go is actually pretty simple. All I have to do is define a function inside of the struct for each room, and then I just create it inside of my levels file, and then pass it into wherever I create the room. As you can see, the collision against the gas station is in level 1 room 1. One of the other things that I added was having a shader per room. So this way, all I have to do is define it in the levels file, and then anytime you switch a room, it switches the shader. You see this one's grayscale now. And the last thing I want to talk about is the sound system that I've been working on for a little while. So whenever you move on a certain interval, it'll create sound waves, and whenever you stop, you can't just tap keys to sneak them out. I have it set up so that it takes an account for that. I kind of figured that people might try to cheat the game by just tapping keys instead of walking fully. You may notice that they're just kind of flying on until they stop. That's intended because there's going to be so many objects in the game that it's not going to really matter. They're either going to hit a wall or hit an enemy, and you'll start being chased. So far though, I have basic collision with objects where it will either pass through or get destroyed based on the decibel level. The box depletes 50 decibels, I believe, and the sound waves start at 80 at the moment, and they deplete 10 every tick. The tick rate is actually not dependent on the FPS or anything. It is a separate tick rate for the sound waves. Something I need to work on is getting the sound waves to bounce back and duplicate whenever they hit objects, and as well as I need to get a better system for whenever they hit them, because if you are inside the object, as you can see, the sound waves are just bouncing off on the bottom and the left and the right. That's just a simple bug to fix. It's not going to take long. On top of that, I'd like to talk about the design a little bit. So whenever you move, it creates a perfect circle of a wave, and then they shoot out, and they keep going until the decibels have deleted completely. And the decibels are pretty much their speed. The reason they go so far is because obviously sound goes really far. It travels quickly, it goes far, and it can only really be stopped by objects. So you need to be very careful whenever creating sound, because it could bounce through walls and alert an enemy, and then you're just going to be chased down. those are most of the big things that I've done over the past couple weeks. My next plan is to start working on AI as soon as possible once my artist gets some ideas figured out for that. If then I'm going to work on finishing the sound system, and once that's done, I'll make another devlog. If you like these styles of devlogs more, where I'm actually playing the game and showing off some of the code, then please let me know in the comments. I'll continue to create these rather than the more script-read, video-edited ones. On top of that, we also have an Instagram page where we're going to be posting behind the scenes and upcoming features, so make sure to follow that. And we still have the Patreon page, so please make sure to check that out. There's a lot of really cool tiers, and you can get access to the Discord to become a playtester, as well as other cool perks. Thanks for watching.